Roman scourging is very fully and thoroughly described in Horace, in Livy, in Cicero. We know a lot about it. Do you know what they called it? They called it the half-death. They called it that because so many men died from Roman scourging. Now, Jewish scourging was limited to 39 stripes. Roman scourging had no limit. It was limited to the skill of the head lictor. Now, the Roman officers who administered the scourging were called lictors, L-I-C-T-O-R-S. The lictors would strip the man, tie him to a 4-foot-high stake, and then they tied him in such a way so that when he passed out, his knees couldn't rest on the cobblestone. And then they would take turns. Normally it was done by 2 lictors, never one, always 2, sometimes as many as 3, 4, 5, and even up to 6 at times. In Jesus' case, it was probably 2. They tied him to the stake. The flagrum they used was 1 foot long. The thongs were 4 feet long, and in the end of the thong, they tied little knots, a series of little knots. Now, those knots had placed in them little pieces of sheep bone or of lead. They had a purpose. The head lictor always lay the first stripe, and he would lay it in such a way that the knots with the lead would bruise the back, and then the other lictor would lay his stripe. And what they would do, they would create enormous bruises and welts on the back so that the back would be turning black and blue. And then, by a deft twist of the thong, they could cut open the bruises that they were making. Very shortly, the back would be hanging in long shreds of skin. The man always fainted. The head lictor was medically trained. The head lictor would walk over and check the pulse and the respiration. And if the pulse and respiration were strong enough, they kept beating. There was no limit to the number. The number was the limit was the skill of the lictor. And by the way, many men died from this punishment.